everyone. This is Mimi here. I ain't gonna say the other part. So hello everyone. How you doing? The reason why my lips are I don't know if you want to know why my lips are shiny is because I got chapstick on it. My skin's itchy. Okay, so this is episode 10 of my old review, and I'm gonna do a speed review because I might have to go to the bathroom soon. So okay. So this is episode 10. The movie I am I forgot to do my co-host. Everybody knows this is Oliver. Say hello. Forgive him, he's sleepy because he just had a big bottle of milk and he's tuck it down. I wish I could kiss him, but I got lipstick on. Not lipstick, lip balm. So my co-host. So I'm gonna do the reviews first, and then I'm gonna go into the movie. So I'm gonna say the title, then the review. Okay, so the title of this movie is called Cheyenne Autumn. It's a 1964 Western movie. They call it an epic, but it's a Western movie, and it's made in 1964. My parents were little. On IMDb, it's got 6.7 out of 10 rating. And on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 60% rating. Okay, so the story starts out. It's a fictional tale of the Northern Cheyenne Exodus. You know, like the Trail of Tears, all that. But this was started in 1878 to 1879. So 78 to 79. It starts in 1878 with a chief, with two chief Indians. They weren't really Indians. Back then, they used white people and painted them. So if the chiefs are called Chief Little Wolf and Dull Knife. They leave 300 starving and weary Cheyennes. So they're on a reservation, and they decide to not go onto the reservation. They decide they had enough of the reservation because they've been lied to. So they decide to follow their old ancestors and the route that they do. But then they realize that their trek is long one and hard one. And then they decide somewhere where they split up because more and more people are dying on their exodus than they would have been on the reservation. So they split up. They split up because there is a missionary that is with them, and he decides if anything happens, she can, speak for them. But the movie starts out with a quote. It's narrated by Richard Widmark, and he plays Captain Archer. It says the beginning of a day, September 7th, 1878, it dawned like any other day on the Cheyenne Reservation in the vast bare land in the American Southwest, which was then called the Indian Territory, but this wasn't just another day for the Cheyennes far from their homeland, as out of place in the desert as eagles in a cage. The three great chiefs prayed over the sacred bundle that at last the promise made to them when the white man sent them here more than a year ago would be honored. The promise that the land that had led them to give up their own way of life in their own green and fertile country 15 miles to the north. So Richard Remark, who does that paragraph I just read to you, he plays Captain Thomas Archer. Carol Barker plays Deborah Wright. She is the missionary. She's there with her, I think, grandfather or another missionary. some kind of uncle or something like that. She leaves with the Indians. Newsflash, there's a romance between Captain Archer and Deborah Wright. That's the reason why he goes follows them, not just to bring them back. Oh, there's when they split up, they go to another fort. Let's say there's a massacre that happens there. Um, Carl Mal- Carl Madden is Captain Henry W. Weasel Jr., Fort Robinson commander. Then is Sam Meno Redshirt. Then they got Doris De La Rio, who is the only Spanish person and they call, and her Indian name is Spanish Woman. And she's Red Shirt's mother. Which, by the way, newsflash, Red Shirt died. I should say, I think it was Dull Knife or Little Wolf that had a young wife that was in love with Red Shirt's mom. Little Wolf was played by Ricardo Montalban. Dull Knife was played by Gilbert Roland. No, they had Doc Holliday in it. They had Doc Holliday. Okay, so it's like, see, when the Indians were going back to their home country, they put out that the Indians were torturing the white people. Well, they wasn't. There was nowhere near a town. There was nowhere. They were stating all 20 people was killed, 20 white people were killed. When nobody died. Nobody died. Oh, the Indian massacred a town. There was nowhere near a town. They stayed in the desert. In the mountains. They were nowhere near a town. They was like, oh, the Cheyennes killed another 10 people. They didn't kill nobody. That was a lie that they put out so they could sell paper. And it was this town where Doc Holliday was at. And the Cheyenne was for passing them. They were nowhere near that town. They was passing the town. But they were nowhere near the town. They was not that close to the town. So the town got in a tizzy, which is fret, scared. And they got in a tizzy and was like, we're going to defend our town and we're going to shoot them. They all decided to go to fight the Indians. When the Indians were nowhere near their town. So it was a lot of chaos. Kind of funny. It was a lot of carriages falling over. Also, some women was trying to go there too. And a carriage fell. There was a bar with the carriage. And the Indians were nowhere near that town. They was passing the town. But that don't mean you near the town. You're that close to the town. They were not that close to the town. So there was no need for them to go vigilante on them. They were nowhere near a town. And they never killed anybody. They were not that close to a town where they can hurt somebody. And it wasn't hurting nobody. They stole cattle because they were hungry. They were starving. There was children there. They were starving. So they were still cattle to feed them. Free themselves. But no, only thing that died was the cow. That's the only thing that died. People did not die. They lied about that. The only thing that died was cows. So basically the 20 people they said died was actually 20 cows. But it's funny. It's a Western. It makes their exodus from the reservation to the town. Now they split up at some point. The ones that kept on going made it to where they wanted to be. The ones that got split up went to the fort. The lady named Deborah Wright, she speaks for them. But the fort guy, the commander of the fort, he decides to it was confusing to me at that point why he locked them in this shed with very little fire and very little thing. He was asking them to surrender, and it was losing his freaking mind. It wind up him doing what he was doing. It drove the Indians crazy, and they like, we shouldn't be here, and he wanted to escape. They ordered him. He ordered his men to shoot them, and it led to women dying because they were shooting. They were shooting blindly, so women were dying. The other women would pick up the babies. You know, it was a total like that should never have happened. After that, they locked him, took over, and ended good. The white lady named Deborah Wright, she actually kind of adopted an Indian child who got hurt. She had surgery, and then she sent her back to their people. So the people that went with her did make it back to the after they ran from that fight thingy. They ran to the where their ancestors were, where the other part of them went to make it. So the end of the scene, the end of the movie, you see her bring the little girl back to them, and the little girl thanking her. So I advise you to go see that, watch that movie. You have to. It's not. I haven't found anything free. You have to pay for it. So, Google Play Movies, Fandango at Home, YouTube, Apple TV, Amazon Video. They all have it for $3.99. So that's all $4. You have to pay, and I know for Amazon Video, you pay $3.99, you get it for like 30 days. I don't know about Apple TV and Google Play or Fandango or YouTube, but I don't know how long you get them for. But I know Amazon Prime Video, you'll get it. You pay for it from that day to 30 days. You'll get it, or you could buy it. It'll tell you if you go on Amazon Prime Video. They'll tell you how much it is, or if you go Amazon Video. I know it's Amazon Prime Video. So this is a short view of Cheyenne Autumn, which is a 1964 movie. It's a 1964 Western movie. They call it an epic Western. I hope you enjoy my review. I hope you watch it. If you do, let me know. This is Samara. Say bye-bye. Au revoir.